very much indeed. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mums and dads, aunts and uncles, granddads and granddads, and rovers and tiddles. Well, this is a show for all the family. Welcome to another sizzling session of...
3, 2, 1.
Oh, dear, what a delightful display of digits. Do you know, it's funny, they're all getting their fingers out doing that, you know. You know, on the show a couple of weeks ago, we had Magnus Pike. He hadn't been in the studio 2 minutes, and he said, "It's enormous fun! On 3, 2, 1! He waved his arms about so much, he nearly knocked the car over. I was shopping the other day in Grace Brothers' store. I went up to John Inman's counter. I said, "Excuse me, are you busy?" He said, "No, Mr. Rogers, I'm free to run." I was playing polo a couple of weeks ago. Even the Duke of Edinburgh's got it. He was walking up and down the touchline going... And as if that wasn't enough, I'm driving past Buckingham Palace, the gates opened, the rolls came out, the window went down, and a hand went... But as ever on 3, 2, 1, we do start with our quiz. Our couples have already chosen their questions in front of our audience, and of course their answers will be checked by our adjudicator, who will indicate on the board how they are doing. But if they do make any mistakes, well, that's when they'll really be attacked verbally by the gags of our mind-bending madcaps. That's Dave Ismay, Chris Emmett, and Debbie Arnold. Yes. And as always, we do have MacGuffins, we have mirth, money, magnificent merchandise. Our top prize, of course, is a motor car straight for the manufacturers. We also have mystery guests and our magnificent ladies, the gentle sex. Come along and meet them right now with our bill toppers, our contestants. Here's one of our gentle sex. This is lovely Gail Playfair. How are you, Gail, this week?
I'm very well, thank you,
And
Ted.
looking well as ever. Fine. These are the questions?
Yes, they are.
I see. Oh. Gail really does play fair. Thank you, Gail. And this is our first couple, and of course, this is Patsy and Scott. Patsy, who are they?
Well, my couple, Martin Goss and his wife Mary, are from County Down, Northern Ireland. They are both grammar school teachers, they have 2 children, and they enjoy quizzes.
Well, Martin and Mary, nice to have the two of you here. There's their second and third round questions. Thank you, Patsy. A long trip, of course, from Northern Ireland. Did you have a good trip?
Yes.
Thank you. Good, nice to have you here. And I said, well, now, look, it's a funny thing. I mean, I know you're probably sitting there thinking I'm going to do an Irish joke, but I promise you, Martin, I won't. I mean, what do you think about all these Irish jokes?
Well, you know, honestly, I don't think about them at all. I mean, Irishmen don't think, do they?
They do, really. He's a teacher to prove it. It's lovely to have the two of you here. And I see that, Mary, of course, you enjoy quizzes, is that right?
Yes.
Yes? Where do you do the quizzes?
Well, both of us do quizzes for our schools, and Martin does them for local organisations when we're asked to do them.
Oh, really? You're going to play for £1 for each correct answer in this round. This is the easy round of questioning, but we do want you to do well because whatever you win at the end of this round, of course, is the amount they're playing for each correct answer in the second round, likewise the third. Now, there are many answers to these questions. We only want 10 in 30 seconds, but we will stop you if you make a mistake, repeat an answer, or indeed if the time runs out, all right? If one of you gets stuck for an answer, of course, it is possible just to give your partner a little gentle mime to help. Don't spell it out, just a gentle mime, all right? Good luck to you for £1. Your first question is this. We want the names given to roads. That is, words which appear in people's addresses denoting the type of road, all right? So we'll start with avenue.
Avenue.
Terrace.
Crescent.
Park.
Row.
Grove.
Muse.
Street itself.
Circus.
Way.
Well done indeed, that's right. A maximum. Martin and Mary, you've scored. That means you're playing for £10 for each correct answer in the next round. Well done. Lovely. Now, Jenny. Lovely Jenny Leyland. Jenny, what? Oh.
Thank you.
Sorry. If I don't do that, it spoils a whole week. If I do it, it makes me weak. Anyway, this is lovely Annie St. John from Blackpool, who are our... Ah, it's our quiz winners once again, isn't it?
Yes, back for the 4th time are Peter Williams, a dental student from Selly Oak, Birmingham, and his fiancée, Gillian Ridd.
Ah, Peter, Gillian, lovely to have the two of you back here once again.
Lovely to be back, thank
Have you had a good week? Yes?
Yes, very nice.
Yes, was the bank manager. She works for the bank, of course. Was he happy with the winnings last week?
Oh, yes, sir.
What do you have in all? What have you won now?
£759.
That's good. Interest accruing very, very
Yes.
nicely.
Building quite a nest egg under the spread eagle.
Oh, really? Have you thought about about buying anything yet?
It's going to a deposit on a house.
I see. And you're hoping to get married pretty soon, aren't you?
Well, next May the 26th.
All right, well, we don't want to pin you down to any dates right here and now, you know. But it's lovely to have the two of you there. Annie, could you take the second and third round questions? Good luck to the two of you. Hold your hand, that's right. Playing for £1 in the easy round, and this is your question. You are about to drive a car. We want to know the switches and controls within your reach. So switches and controls within the reach of the driver's hands and feet, all right? So we will start with windscreen wiper switch.
Windscreen wiper switch.
Heated rear window.
Ignition.
Lights.
Water ejector. The water bottle.
Clutch.
Indicator.
Brake.
Accelerator.
Horn.
Well done. You have scored a maximum. Of course, we wanted the switches for all of these items. We assumed you meant switches, of course. You were thinking about that, so therefore you have really scored a maximum. That means £10 for each correct answer next time. Good luck to you. Lovely. Very good. Now, Gail, the questions, please, for the third couple.
I'm sorry, Ted, I haven't got them.
Well, who's got them?
He has.
Here. Oh, great. Yeah, trust you to poke your lid in sooner or later. There he is. You've got the questions, huh? OK, Dust. Take him away. Look at that. The biggest star on wheels since Ironside. Off he goes. Right, thank you very much. Now then, Mireille Allenville.
Yes,
Who are our third couple tonight?
This is Terry Persson and his wife Jenny, who come from Halesowen, West Midlands. Terry is a director of catering equipment firm, and Jenny is a housewife and mother of 2 daughters. They both enjoy gardening.
Oh, there you are. Catering? Catering equipment? Catering equipment, huh?
Catering.
Not catering. Second and third round questions. Thank you very much, Mireille. OK, Terry and Jenny, nice to have you here. Catering equipment company. What do you do exactly then, Terry?
Well, we sell, hopefully, pots and pans and bits and pieces of catering equipment.
I see.
That's the cheapest commercial we're likely to get, I suppose.
Get him in. Jenny, your hobbies are gardening, huh? Now, listen,
Well.
do you subscribe to this idea of talking to plants?
Well, I swear at them a bit.
Oh, really? That should make them grow a bit, shouldn't it? Because I asked that, my mother, actually, she talks to her plants, but the trouble is she's such a chatterbox. It's driven the plants to talking to themselves, you know. But it is nice to have the two of you here. From the West Midlands, Halesowen, yes?
That's right.
Good, and this is your first round questions for £1. Good luck to the two of you. Nice to have you here. It says, this question is about bicycles, push bikes, without any complicated gears. We want the parts of a bicycle which you would see if you were standing a few yards away. All right? So we will start with front mudguard.
Front mudguard.
Spoke.
Chain.
Pedal.
Bell.
Handlebar.
Handlebar grip.
Brake block.
Rear mudguard.
Tyre.
Another well done. That's great. Another maximum you have here. Well, that's incredible. The first time that's ever happened at the end of our first round. Everyone's got a maximum. The good thing I get out of that, not one gag from our comics. How's that beautiful? Maximum for everybody. OK. Patsy, second set of questions, please, for Martin and Mary, who are, of course, playing for a maximum of £10. Good luck to the two of you. We want the names of equipment, tools and materials used when hanging wallpaper, all right? So equipment, tools and materials used when hanging wallpaper, and let's start with smoothing brush.
Smoothing brush.
Pasting brush.
Scissors.
The table.
Paper.
Measuring equipment. Probably tape.
Something to stir it with.
Steak. I had the decorators in at my place, you know, last week. Oh, yeah. I came home on Friday and one of the decorators grabbed me in a headlock, threw me across the room in a flying mare, half Nelson, down on the floor, straight on top of me. I said, what did you do that for?
And what did he say?
He said, well, you wanted the map finished, didn't you?
Oh, yes. Gone indeed. All right, Jenny, how well did they do?
Mary and Martin have scored 6.
Scored 6, Mary and Martin, because of, you did make a mistake. You said something to stir it with. You did, in fact, say the object, like a stick or whatever, to stir it with. Nevertheless, you've scored 6, which means you've got £60. That's the amount you're playing for next time. Well done. OK, Annie, thank you very much. Also on a maximum, Peter and Gillian here, £10 for each correct answer. We want the general terms for methods of cooking food. All right? So we will start with stewing.
Stewing.
Basting.
Mistake! You know, Chris, speaking of cooking, I shouldn't let you take me to all these expensive restaurants all the time. It's terrible.
Oh, I don't mind, Debbie. In fact, I quite enjoy it.
I know you two. I pay the bill.
All right, Gail, how well did they do?
Well, Peter and Julian only scored one, I'm afraid.
Only scored one, I'm afraid, because, Peter, you did say basting. We wanted methods, in fact, but basting is something you do when roasting or baking. So you have only scored one, which means you're on £10 still. Never mind. That's what you're playing for each correct answer next time. Okay? Second set of questions for Terry and Jenny, here also on a maximum. We want treatments and processes used by a handyman when dealing with wood. In fact, anything a handyman would do to wood. All right? So we'll start with sawing.
Sawing.
Drilling.
Sandpapering.
Planing.
Varnishing.
Spoke shaving.
Staining.
Painting.
Now help me. Hammering.
Dovetailing.
Yes, so well done, because you've scored a maximum. So what's the end of the second round brought us here? We've got couple number 2, that's last week's winners on £10, couple number 1 on £60, but in the lead at the moment, couple number 3, Jenny and Terry, on £100. Thank you, Patsy. Thank you very much. Well, Mary and Martin are playing for £60 for each correct answer. Good luck. This question is about wild birds native to Europe and its coastline. We want the names of wild birds which begin with the letter P. All right? So let's start with plover.
Plover.
Ptarmigan.
Peregrine.
Pelican. Pelican.
Puffin.
Partridge.
Pheasant.
Puffin.
Here, I've got a great gag about birds.
I know you have, but I'm going to do a clean one. There were these two seagulls flying along, and suddenly they were overtaken by a jet plane, went whizzing by. One says to the other, hey, he's travelling fast, isn't he? His mate says, so would you be if your backside were on fire.
All right, Gail, how well did they do?
Mary and Martin scored 7.
You scored 7. Well done. You did, in fact, make a repeat. You said puffin. Nevertheless, you have got £420 at the end of the third round for you. Annie? Thank you. Now it's the last set of questions for Gillian and Peter here on £10 only. Your third question is, it's about flowers. We want the names of garden flowers which begin with the letter D. We want the deliberately grown plants, not weeds like dandelion, nor even cultivated ones. All right, so garden flowers which begin with the letter D, and we'll start with Doronicum.
Doronicum.
Dahlia.
Delphinium.
Daffodil.
Dill's a herb. Dog rose.
Daisy.
Time up.
You know, I'm a very keen gardener, Chris. I got a load of very special manure last week from Red Rum Stable.
Did it do your flowers any good?
No, and what's more, my potatoes keep jumping over the fence into next door's garden.
All right, Jenny, how well did they do?
Gillian and Peter have scored 6.
Gillian and Peter have scored 6.
That's great, because before we came today, we wanted £60 to buy Jill a vacuum cleaner, so that's fantastic.
So you think you got a vacuum cleaner? Well, there were a few more you could have said, like Digitalis and Diorama and Daphne, but nevertheless, you have got 6, which means you've got £60. Well done. Okay, thank you, Murray. Here's Jenny and Terry going for £100 for each correct answer. Good luck to the two of you. Your question is about berries. We want the names of berries eaten in this country, not currants, but fruit with the word berry in the name. All right? So names of berries, and we'll start with bilberry.
Bilberry.
Blackberry.
Raspberry.
Strawberry.
Elderberry.
Gooseberry.
Cranberry.
Mulberry.
Can you help me? No.
I doubt it.
Time up, yeah, but you scored an 8 in that time up. That's very, very good. So the situation here at the end of the third round, we've got last week's winners, and for the last 3 weeks, now couple number 2, they're on £60, couple number 1 on £420, but the highest ever won in our quiz, couple number 3, Terry and Jenny from the West Midlands, £800. Look at that. My goodness, how about that? Do you reckon you can manage that? £800? That's wonderful. £800. We look forward to seeing the two of you next week.
We take it.
Yes, you take that. You come back next week, you could even win 1,000. Well, Peter and Gillian, it's going to be strange not having you with us. It's been marvellous that you've been here for the last 4 weeks. Thank you for coming. They'll be here in a couple of minutes. We're going to play Take It or Leave It. They may go through and win the car, who knows? We're going away just the same for a very short time. See you soon on 3, 2, 1. Don't go too far. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just having a bit of fun here in the studio. That has part of our theme this week. You'll hear a bit more about that in just a moment or so, because we're saying goodbye to our quiz winners. New quiz winners this week from West Midlands. That's Terry and Jenny, taking home with them £800. Back next week, who knows, they could win 1,000. Our remaining couples are standing over here, preparing to observe all they can about our first scene, because it's the observation test, remember, and we do ask them 10 questions on it afterwards. Now, the theme of our show this week is that picturesque area of old London town, Covent Garden, where George Bernard Shaw set the opening for the play our Disrepertory Company is starting with tonight. Over to Covent Garden.
Violets, lovely violets, all but my violets. Lovely violets, all but my violets. Lovely violets, violets, lovely violets, sir.
Yes, could I possibly purchase a fresh carnation from you, young lady?
Yes, you can, but I warn you, it'll cost you an old halfpenny.
At last, a common gutter snipe. I've been looking for one all these years to transform into a real lady. My name is Henry Higgins, and I have a profound interest in your phonetics.
Yeah, I heard that. You watch it, mate. I'm not having that kind of dirty talk in front of my girl. I'm her father. Alfred P. Doolittle's my name, and I'm warning you, I ain't having no posh ice cream freezer chasing my Todd slaughter up the apples and pears.
It means no geese is going to get his daughter up the stairs.
Oh, what a fascinating lingo.
You're not trying to get my Liza out of Covent Garden, are you?
No, on the contrary, sir. I merely wish to transform this yob into a snob, and I would appreciate your cooperation in immediately vacating the vicinity.
Eh?
He means buzz off, Dave.
Oh, all right. Then. Here, but I'm warning you. I'm keeping me men spies on you.
Bradley, stay. We don't have much time to lose, darling. Repeat after me. How now, brown cow?
Ow now, brown cow.
I see I shall have to broaden your consonants and loosen your vowels.
And have a pint of pig's ear, Rosie.
Here, Mr. Doolittle. Who's that posh knob over there, banging the chat to your Liza?
Ah, it's some la-di-da bloke what's trying to turn my Liza into a lady. I reckon he's wasting his time.
Yeah.
Look, he's getting back in his carriage now.
I'm going to see you again then, aren't I, mister?
Oh, of course you are, me old Derby Kell. I'll pick you up tomorrow and we'll have a ball and chalk down the old song lot, eh? Here. And don't forget to wear your daisy roots, right? Good girl. Smash.
I knew my Liza'd sort him out. Now we know what he's on about. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. All right, folks, will you just come round here? Just come right round here. Now then, fellas, here in front of you are 10 questions on that last scene. While you're answering those questions, ladies, you're going to be playing a little game. It's just being footed up here. Incidentally, these same questions, folks at home, will be coming up at the bottom of the screen. So if you want to play along, see how much of it you can remember. Now then, ladies, if you'd like to come over here and stand just behind these sacks. This game is called Cabbages and Creepy Crawlies. Thank you, Annie. This is the Creepy Crawly. It's a little spider, okay? What we want you to do is take these creepy crawly spiders out of the sacks and throw them. throw them into the hollow cabbages. We want one spider in each cabbage, all right? They will release one of these balloon caterpillars, but don't worry about that too much. We just want one of those in each of these cabbages. Now, there will be 3 whistles in this game, all right? On the first whistle, you start. On the second whistle, change places with your partners, all right? On the third whistle, stop. We will go back here to the table, add up the scores. The one with the most, of course, will go through to take it or leave it. Is everybody all set? You know what you have to do? Yes? Good luck. Gail's here with the whistle. Here we go then. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Change places, fellas. Go and get those spiders in those empty cabbages. Ladies, you answer the questions. Well done. Okay, fellas, come back here to the table. Now we'll add up the scores and see just how well you did do. One of those caterpillars is still going off. All right, thank you, Gail. Now, here are the questions. We'd like you to do your own answering there, and we've got the girls to check them as well. The first question was, what was the license number of the car? In fact, it was C75. Did you get that? Right. Number 2 was, how many lamps were on the front of the car? There were 4. How'd you do? Number 3, what flower did Higgins buy? He bought a carnation. Good. Number 4, how much did Higgins pay for the flower? A halfpenny. Good. Number 5, estimate the number of flowers in the large basket. Well, there were 105. No good. Number 6, what did Higgins call Eliza? A gutter snipe. That's what he called her. What does that say? Oh, hello. We've got one of our own coming up. Oh. I was really worried where that was going to wind up, you know what I mean? Right. How did you get on that gutter snipe? Yes, you got that. Good. That was, okay. Number 7 was Doolittle's middle initial. What was that? It was P. Good. Number 8, what did Eliza tell Dad to do? Buzz off. Good. Number 9, what was the name of the chauffeur? His name was Bradley. Good. Number 10, what did Doolittle order at the pub? A pint of pig's ear. Pig's ear. Yes, pig's ear. Good. Pint of beer. That's not really a pint of pig's ear, is it really? No, I don't think we're going to allow that. So what do we have here at the end of the... No. Well, there's another one still going off. Will you believe that? Over here, we've got 5. And there goes another pint of pig's ear. 5 here, over here, we've got 9. So it all depends on how many of those spiders you actually got in the cabbages. How about your couple, Annie?
June and Peter scored 5.
5. So 5, and what do we have there? 5. Yes, that's 10. How about your couple, Murray?
My couple scored 5 too.
5. So 9 and 5, that's 14. So congratulations, you're the winners. You're going through the take it or leave it and the big prizes. Congratulations. Lovely. Our losers. Oh, our losers. Won't be the same without you either next week, will it? But you've been a marvellous couple. You really have.
Great.
Terrific having the pair of you here. You've got the money, of course, that you won in the quiz, which was £60. Thank you, Gail. There you are. There's your £60. And, of course, there's your silver photo frame, and the picture has been taken of you. It'll be at your home in a couple of days or so. All right? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, they're a great couple. Thanks, Peter. Good luck. Good luck in the job. Congratulations when you get married. Take care now. Bye-bye. Well, now, Martin and Mary, you're going through to the big prizes here. You've got the money you won in the quiz, which, of course, was, Gail?
£420.
£420. Now, you're going to take that now, or will you let Gail look after it for you? You're trusting Gail? That's good. Okay, fine. Now, would you like to just come over to Ted's treasure table? Now, Mary, if you'd like to stand on that corner there. No, just here. That's right. And Martin on the corner just there. That's fine. Because that money, just stand on that corner. That's terrific. The money you won in the quiz, which is a lot of money, of course, £420, that really is just the trimmings here tonight. You've got a chance to go for the real big stuff. You know what I mean? We have 6 scenes and there are 6 prizes. You've already watched one of those scenes. Now then, when scene ends, at the end of each particular scene, a character will come over here and leave a MacGuffin on the table. You know, that's what we call the object they leave. Could or could not be a clue, that. It could just be a red herring, but they'll read you a rhyme which will definitely be a clue. Now, when you have 3 MacGuffins on the table here, I will ask you to reject 1. When you've rejected 5 in all, the 1 remaining, that will be the prize that you'll take home with you tonight, all right? So here from the last scene, we have Debbie.
Watching me, old mate?
All right, Deb. How are you, darling?
I'm all right.
Hi. Now, what are you leaving?
I'm leaving me tit for tat.
Your old chit for chat you're at, and you got the rhyme for him as well?
I have, which I would say in English, the Queen's English. If the decorator painted over again, and the result was warm and light, then supposing you win it, two could fit in it, and as Eliza might say, you'd look great.
You look great. Thank you very much, Deb. All
Thank
right,
you.
darling.
See you
Ta-ra.
later.
See you later on. Righto. How about that, Mary? What do you think, Martin? You got any ideas already?
Well, we're hoping.
Yeah, that's it. Just keep hoping. Put that to the back of your mind just for one moment, because we're going back for another scene right now to Covent Garden. You know, the old Covent Garden was very near the Corn Exchange, which will probably explain some of the gags you'll be listening to. But this time, we're going back to the same district. In fact, to meet a typical barrow boy and listen to his spiel.
Fresh fruit and veg going cheap today, ladies and gentlemen, because between you and me, it fell off the back of a lorry. Look, even the bananas are bent. Here, I sit, have another one. Have a tomato. Throw it to. There we go, then. Here we go. Genuine King Edward's taters, ladies and gentlemen. I know they're genuine. I nicked them out of his garden this morning when he weren't looking. Good morning, my love. What can I do for you?
Mr. Fella, what's up with this apple? You get him, Bert.
Yeah, mate. What's the idea of selling my missus apple with a worm in it?
It could have been worse. It could have been only half a worm.
Here, go on, Bert. Have him.
My missus don't like apples with worms in.
All right, mate. Leave off. Leave off. It's not my fault. How was I to know she was a vegetarian?
All right, Sir David.
All right, Eduardo.
What are you leaving here as the MacGuffin, then? Not the cabbage.
No, it's not a cabbage. That's my pet dog.
Pet dog? What are you talking about? That's a cabbage.
Told me it was colour.
Joe Black, New Theatre, Cardiff, 1970.
The golden oldies, Edward.
What are you going to leave as a MacGuffin?
I'm going to leave a banana.
A banana, a ripe banana, and you have the rhyme.
Yes, and the rhyme is, it has more than 2 doors and the motor purrs. When it runs, it conserves your fuel. It looks so superior, such modern exterior, it's what a hippie might call real cool.
Uh-huh. All right, Sir David.
Sorted out.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Okay. Right. Any ideas about those two yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're thinking.
You get it. Just keep thinking. I tell you what, you look a little warm right here because these lights are hot. Would you like to take your hats off?
Yes, thanks.
All right, take your hats right off.
Thank you.
And watch this next scene, because in My Fair Lady, Eliza actually went off to marry her Freddie, leaving her pitch vacant. But not for too long. Along came a bonny lass. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Bonnie Langford.
Wonderful morning, such a sky you never did see. Who will tie it up with a ribbon and put it in a box for me, so I can see it at my leisure whenever things go wrong, and I can keep it as a treasure to last my whole life long. Who will buy this wonderful feeling? I'm so high, I swear I could fly. Minnie, oh my, I don't want to lose it. There must be someone who will buy. Come on, everybody, let's have a party. Woo! Knees up off the ground, knees up off the ground. On the table you must go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. If I catch you bending, I'll throw your legs right up. Knees up, don't hit the breeze up, knees up off the ground. Oh my, what a rotten song, what a rotten song, oh, what a rotten song. Oh.
Lovely to have you here. What a rotten singer, too. No way, you're a lovely singer.
Some of the lines I have to say, really.
It's lovely to have you here. Such a talented young lady.
it's lovely to be
And I know it's
here.
very impertinent of me to ask, but, I mean, how old are you, can I ask
I'm
that?
14.
14.
I'm getting on.
You really are? And when did you start in this business?
Oh, well, I first went on stage when I was 3 months old.
Is that right? You can't get any younger than that, can you, really? That's nice, but you've done some marvellous work, of course. You were in that musical, Gone with the Wind.
Yeah?
And that fabulous Gypsy musical.
Oh,
Not
yes,
only in the
that's
West End, but also America, wasn't it?
Yes, and
Really?
South Africa.
Lovely to have you here. You're leaving a MacGuffin, of course, aren't you?
Yes, I got this MacGuffin, and these are the flowers.
That's the
I'm giving
MacGuffin.
you some of my nice flowers.
Right.
And shall I read the MacGuffin?
Would you please?
Right. I'm not very old, but I'll have you know, my performance so often appeals. The way I'm made, I need human aid to start to turn my wheels.
Lovely, lovely. All right, Mary Martin. Does that mean anything to you right now? Mary Martin. I should have said Martin Mary, shouldn't I, really? Anyway, Bonnie, it's lovely to have you here. And there's a lovely bouquet of flowers for
Oh,
you.
how
Compose it.
nice. Thank
Ladies
you
and gentlemen,
very
Bonnie
much.
Ransom.
There's that.
Right. Okay, Martin and Mary. I can tell you what I can do. You've just heard that from Bonnie. I can read you the banana, of course, which came from the first scene. No, this was the first scene, of course, Pygmalion. Or I can read you the banana, which came from the barrow ball.
Yes, I'd like to hear the hat again.
You'd like to hear the hat from the first one, Pygmalion? That said, if a decorator painted over again and the result was warm and light, then supposing you'd win it, 2 could fit in it, and as Eliza might say, you'd look great. So, you have to reject one right now. Which one will it be?
What do you think?
Any ideas? Any cars or dustbins around yet, do you think?
No, I don't know.
Yeah? Well, one has to go. Which one will it be?
We're rejecting the hat.
You sure about that?
Well, we're going anyway.
Okay, right, Martin, you're going to reject the hat, which came from the first scene, Pygmalion. Now, let's see what it says. The rhyme suggested that supposing you'd win it, 2 could fit in it. And as Eliza said, you'd look great. Well, you might look great. You also might look great in a 2-seater sports car or a small caravan trailer. Or could it be some item of furniture like a cozy little love seat? Well, let's go back to the first 2 lines. If a decorator painted over again and the result was warm and light, if the decorator painted over, he'd be giving what? 2 coats. Right, in this case, warm coats that you 2 could fit into and really look great. What you have turned down is a matching pair of his and her sheepskin coats worth nearly £400. I know it's a little warm in here, but just try that on, Martin and Mary.
Okay.
Go on, just put those over your shoulders.
I'll put them here.
One Martin's got is it's worth £225, and Mary, that one is £165. They feel good, huh? Even in the heat.
Even in the heat.
Would have been great for the winter, but not now. You won't be wearing them. You've turned them down. Not to worry. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going away just for a couple of moments. We have lots more prizes and fun here on 3, 2, 1. We'll see you then. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 3 of 3, 2, 1, where Martin and Mary Goss from Northern Ireland have just rejected 2 sheepskin coats worth nearly £400. That would have been great for the cold months ahead, wouldn't it? Yes. Nevertheless, just keep thinking. We're going to have another scene right now. There'll be 4 more MacGuffins on the table before you have to make your decision of which prize you take home with you tonight. Well, Covent Garden, you know, was famous for the White Swan pub, which was licensed to sell intoxicating liquor to the local workmen at special opening hours. But other people cashed in on these opening hours. But close on their heels were the Bow Street Runners.
You'll never know, dear, how much I love... Good evening, Christopher.
Hello, hello, hello. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, sir.
It is indeed.
Shouldn't you be going home to your wife?
No, officer, that is why I am drinking. My wife doesn't talk to me anymore. She's a cold woman, sir. A cold woman. Stone cold.
Ah, surely not, sir.
Yes, I should know. I am a doctor. Look, I'll give you my card, officer. There you are.
All right then, sir, on your way, but quiet and law-abiding,
I will indeed, officer.
Yeah,
Good night.
Good night, Dr. Cribbin. Cribbin?
Strangers exchange. By George, the Ted Rogers trio. Have a drink, all three of them.
Thank you very much, Dr. Crippen. You're leaving this whiskey bottle here, are you, as the MacGuffin?
I am indeed, sir, yes.
I see. And have you got a rhyme for these lovely people?
I want a rhyme.
A rhyme?
Oh, I have got a little ditty. Yes, indeed, I have, sir. A little ditty. And it goes out of focus. I think you better read it.
Thank you very much, Dr. Crippen.
You're the one that I want. Have you seen the one that I've got?
Yes, we have. Dr. Crippen. Right. Okay, this is the rhyme he's leaving for you. It says, think of the name of Romeo. That's a clue to what this is. But good Lord, we could never afford to give you one of his. Now, does that mean anything to you? Any cars or dustbins around yet? You've got to reject one of them. Martin and Mary? Which one will it be?
Can we hear Bonnie Langford's again?
Yes, you can hear Bonnie Langford's Flowers. She says, I'm not very old, but I'll have you know my performance so often appeals. The way I'm made, I need human aid to start to turn my wheels. So, one has to go. Now, which one must it be? You don't have to whisper to him, you know. We can all hear. The Flowers, you're okay. You've joined Martin on that. You're rejecting Bonnie Langford's Flowers. Now, let's see what it is. The rhyme says that this price is not very old. Well, the cars we give away are all brand new, and my performance so often appeals. Well, they do give very satisfactory performances, but the rest of the rhyme went, the way I'm made, I need human aid to start to turn my wheels. Again, the car has wheels and needs a human being to switch it on. But what else fits all these descriptions? Well, what has only been around for just 10 weeks, gives very appealing performances on this show, has wheels and has to be pushed out here every week. Yes, what you've rejected is tonight's booby prize, Dusty Bin. Dusty Bin, there you are, you've made it. Yes, poor old Dusty. There you go, you see? Rejected every single week. Nobody's won him yet. But look what he's left here. A little posy of flowers for the ladies. That's for you, Mary. All right then, Annie, take him away. He's been rejected.
Appeals every week. Have a go.
Okay, folks, you worked that out very well. You've got rid of the dustbin. Now let's have another scene. You know, the Royal Opera House at Covent Garden was famous for the people that played there, and of course the people who bought tickets loved it. But what about the people who couldn't get tickets? They had just as much fun watching the busker outside.
Oh, my name is McNamara, I'm the leader of the band. Though we're small in number, I'm the finest in the land. I am the conductor, I often have to play with all the great musicians that you hear about today. For the drums come back in the cymbal, the horn and plays away. McCarthy plays the old drum, and Hayden applies to play. Hennessy, Tennessee, diddly, big bird is in the grinder. A credit to one island, in McNamara and band. La 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 la. La 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 a praying boy, Magna Mara's band. Thank you very kindly. Thank you very kindly. That's very nice of you. Thank you very kindly. Oh, dear.
Oh, yes, Davy.
Oh, there's lots of fun, I find you. You've got to be out of your mind to do this. You may not believe this, Ted. I was 6'2" before starting this act.
Well, Davy, I was going to ask you for a MacGuffin, but I think I'd better give you a MacGuffin of a packet of Aspros.
I'll be doing with it.
Lovely to see you, Davy.
Great to see you, Ted.
Great, mate. Smart.
And you.
Goodness.
Congratulations.
This is Martin and Mary, of course, from Northern Ireland.
Oh, nice to see you. Northern Ireland. Top of the market here.
Lovely.
And the rest of what's that you say?
I liked your Irish song.
You like the Irish song, especially for you. I'm very pleased. No.
Dave, it's lovely to have you here. You got a MacGuffin for these people?
A MacGuffin?
Yes.
Here's me MacGuffin for you, me
The
darling.
hooter.
That's it.
And have you got a rhyme for them, too? A little rhyme? You can read them?
I think we can manage one for you. This prize is made for pleasure, for sport or just for fun. But it's strongly felt you should have a belt when your journey has begun.
There you are.
I know what it is, but I mustn't blow the gaff.
Right, don't do that, Dave. Thank you very much. Can you leave the rhyme for us too?
With a pleasure.
That's it. That's what we're going to leave for a bit later. Ladies and gentlemen, Davy Kay. Davy Scott. Right, there we are. Once again, folks, we've got 3 MacGuffins here on the table. I can read you the whiskey bottle again, or the banana. Which one would you like to hear?
The whiskey bottle.
Whiskey bottle, that of course came from Dr. Crippen, the Bow Street runner. It says, think of the name of Romeo. That's a clue to what this is. But good Lord, we could never afford to give you one of his. What do you reckon?
At the moment, okay.
Yes, I think we'll get rid of the bottle.
You will get rid of the bottle? Dr. Crippen's bottle. Unanimous on that?
Oh, yes.
Fair enough. From the Bow Street runner, you're rejecting the whiskey bottle. Okay. The rhyme said, think of the name of Romeo. That's a clue to what this is. And the character Romeo was written by Shakespeare. Well, could it be something from that era, like an antique, perhaps? No, it's not that. Romeo and Juliet, you remember, were from rival families. She was a Capulet, and he was a...
Montague.
That's right, he was a Montague. Now, the 3rd and the 4th line of the poem said, but good Lord, we could never afford to give you one of his. Well, put the word Lord together with the name Montague, and you have the originator and owner of just about the most famous museum of its kind in the world. A museum of very valuable antique cars. We said we couldn't afford to give you one of his, but we could have afforded to have given you what you've rejected, tonight's star prize, the car. Thank you, Bill. Well, look at that, Martin, Mary. Fantastic. You've turned it down, eh? What a great car. Well, I don't know about you. I've had enough of this. I'm going out. A really fabulous car, I must say. It's a cracker, and you've turned it down. What can we do, Bill, but say, I'm sorry, we've got to take it away. You have rejected it, unfortunately. Right, OK, now let's go back to the Opera House at Covent Garden. Well, now, the stars, of course, give magnificent performances on stage. Now let's go to the stage door and greet them as they come out after their performance.
No sign di autographo. It was magnifico tonight when I sang Maria. The audience stood and applauded as a one man.
Yes, I recognized him. He was your agent.
It was me they came to see. No one plays Madame Butterfly like I do. What did you think of my Carcassonne?
It would have been better with a fiddle, son. Anyway, I have to go. I have an appointment with Senor Roger.
Oh, no. It is the star of the opera who is to meet Senor Rogers, and I am the star. It is me.
It is me.
It is me.
Silence. We will settle this once and for all. The one who sings the highest note, he is the one who will go to see Senor Roger.
Then I have one already.
I can do better than that.
What I have to do for art, huh? Senor Rogers, they do not take the tacking stitches from your jacket, huh?
Well, they do. But if you pull it, the trousers go down.
Good.
Well,
set up this Italian. Juventus, Aston Villa, magnifico.
Magnifico. Great note, that. Shattered the glass.
I know, wonderful.
What's going to be the MacGuffin, Dave, this time?
Gloves is the
Gloves?
MacGuffin this
That's the
time.
MacGuffin? And you have
No, it's
rhyme
not the
too.
motor car. You know it's not driving gloves. So, most people use this vehicle to magnify their power. So win this thing, and I'll bet you'll sing much louder than that shower. Let that out for you.
Can we have it?
Thank
you very much. All right, David, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, Mary, Martin, big discussions. Any ideas yet? Well, one's got to go. Which one will it be right now?
What do you think?
What do you think, Martin?
I don't know.
Very difficult comes from third row.
Yes.
Very difficult.
I'm glad they agree. Which? Okay.
The which?
Banana?
The banana's going to go?
Well, the lady says so.
All right, enjoyed the decision. The lady says so. Right. That came from the Barrow Boy, which was number 2 scene. Now then, you've rejected the banana, the scene about selling fruit and vegetables. The rhyme said, it has more than 2 doors and a motor that purrs. Well, that would describe some of the cars we've already given away in this series. It runs to conserve your fuel. Whichever way you look at it, cars actually use fuel rather than conserve it. So let's go on. It looks so superior, such modern exterior. Well, that still leaves it wide open until we get to the last line. It's what a hippie might call real cool.
Fridge freezer.
Any idea?
Yes,
well, let's put it all together. Besides car, what else has a motor that purrs and is real cool to the point of freezing so they can conserve your fuel? The fuel you need to keep you going, food. You're right. You've rejected this prize, a superior modern exterior. It's the very latest thing in fridge freezers worth nearly £1,200.
That's why I want to keep it.
For a prize, huh? Look at it. It's only 3 feet wide, but it's got an amazing capacity of 22 cubic feet. Now, what good is this has? On the right, it's a fridge. On the left, there are not one, but 2 freezers, top and bottom. But wait, look at this gadget. The left dispenser gives you iced water, and the right one gives you ice cubes. It really is a super piece of equipment. And it's given you, or you've given it rather, the cold shoulder. Right. Oh dear, what a marvellous prize that is. It's all there. It's bigger than anything I've ever seen. Terrific prize. Nevertheless, fellas, Gail, it's got to go. It's been rejected. Take it away, folks. There we go. We're now down to 2. Right, we've got the hooter and we've got the gloves. As we have 2, I can read both of those again. All right? The hooter from Davy Kay says, this prize is made for pleasure, for sport, or just for fun. It's strongly felt. You should have a belt when your journey has begun. And the last one from Dave, he said, most people use this vehicle to magnify their power, so win this thing and I bet you'll sing much louder than that shower. So, 1 has to go. Now then, the 1 left is the prize you take home with you.
We'll leave it to the lady's choice, I think.
Come on, Mary.
Coward.
That's courage, you're right,
Get rid
Martin.
of that one.
You're going to get rid of the hooter?
Yes.
You sure? So you want to keep that one?
Yes.
All right. You hold on to that for a moment, and I'll tell you what you've rejected in rejecting the hooter. Right? This prize is made for pleasure, for sport, or just for fun, but it's strongly felt you should have a belt when your journey has begun. In rejecting Davy Kay's hooter there, the rhyme talked about a journey beginning, a holiday maybe. Well, you thought that, of course. It's strongly felt you should have a belt. Well, there would be a seat belt in an aeroplane or a safety belt in the car. The car is gone. Remember the rhyme said, this prize is made for pleasure, for sport, or just for fun. Well, it isn't a holiday, air trip, or the car you've rejected this time. So what other form of transport is used in sport or fun and relies on having a belt? What do you reckon?
A speedboat?
A life belt. In this case, a seagoing craft. Davy Kay mentioned blowing the gaff. He did. And we all know what has a gaff and needs to be blown along. A sailing boat. You've rejected your very own mirror dinghy. Now, your very own yacht complete with road trailer. Now, if you didn't want to tow it, it would go on the roof rack. Either way, you'd have the sails down. The sail is numbered 60,548. That's also the number of boats they've built. It's a very popular little boat you've rejected, and I'm afraid you're going to stay landlubbers. Okay, thank you, Mary. Yes, this is the prize you're going to take home with you tonight. So, came from the very last scene, the Opera House. Let's see what it is that you've not rejected this time. This is what you've won, of course. Okay. The rhyme started with, most people use this vehicle to magnify their power. Well, were the words vehicle and power a hint of the car, or the words magnify some stereo equipment? That's what you thought about. Yes. Well, neither of these, actually. If you were thinking of magnifying your voice power, you'd be on the right lines. The scene was about singers, and the last 2 lines of the poem said, so win this thing, and I'll bet you'll sing much louder than that shower. Well, just think of the right vehicle to make your voice sound more resonant, better than it actually is, and also the connection with shower and the added clue of white gloves to keep the dirt off you. What you have won is this gorgeous bathroom suite with matching bathroom furniture valued at £1,200. This is the Versailles bathroom suite with the fittings. They're in white onyx and gold-plated, and it's decorated with a 22-karat gold filigree motif. That all adds up to pure bath-time luxury, and you have won it. That's the prize you're taking home with you. You happy about that?
Well, I hope we're not carrying it.
You'll find somewhere to put that, I'm sure. A fabulous prize. Congratulations to you, Martin.
Thank you very much.
And to you, Mary. Good luck. Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going away till next week. Next Friday, we're going to be back with lots more prizes, lots more fun people, lovely folks like these. Until we see you next week, take care, have a good week. We'll see you on 3, 2, 1. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.